Hello. I'm This is Patrick Harlan with Pat and his pals. I don't know if you can see them back there. Uh, this is an ongoing thing that I'm doing with friends and relatives. And what I'm talking to you about today is I just finished a new book, and I'd like to share that with you. Adventures of Tommy Turtle, a hare named Bear, and Calico a cat who thought it was a dog. First edition, August 2023. Prologue. This is a story about the ancestors of animals who live with our families now. Have you ever noticed that although they don't speak with human words, our animals' buddies talk to each other in some secret ancient method beyond an ordinary human's ability to understand? Fortunately, or perhaps unfortunately, the human author of this story was bitten by a flea. That bite caused them to fall into a coma for 3 days and 3 nights. When they awakened, they discovered that they could understand what animals were thinking and actually could talk to the animals. This person, an old friend of mine, asked me to record these stories, but they made me swear on an oath that I would never reveal the true identity of the author until after they had taken their final breath. This is an oath I will never break until just before I take my final breath. Here's chapter 1. If the lenses of perception were cleansed, they would reveal that life is what it is. No matter what some people want to believe, it is not what it never was. However, life has the potential to become what future generations imagine it could be. Irony Mouse. That's the beginning of chapter 1. And you can see that we have all these emoji characters representing the characters. Here's chapter 2. To think that Earth is the only planet in the universe where life exists is a pig-headed notion. In this chapter, the 3 mice visited our planet from Venus. Chapter 3, let your soul stand cool and composed before a million universes. And so we have some stories with the 3 mice. And then chapter 4 is the one that I'm going to focus on today. It is possible to feed 2 birds with 1 cup of stone soup. Anu. Calico the cat asked the visitors from the planet Phosphoros, their name for Venus, what do you hope to find on our planet? All 3 of them answered in unison, food. Hare named Bear said there are many places on our planet where food is scarce. You will discover that the willingness to share food is also scarce. Tommy Turtle grinned and said, have you ever heard the story about stone soup? Everyone shook their heads and said no. Calico the cat said, stone soup sounds awful. Tommy Turtle wagged his tail, then began to tell the tale of Hanu and a magical stone soup. Once, when there was a terrible famine in the land, a magic monkey named Hanu left his home in the jungle and was determined to help end the famine in the land. He picked up an interesting-looking stone from the nearby riverbed and put it in a sock. He then walked until he found a village. The people of the village told Hanu that he should just move on because times were hard and they could not share any of their food with him. Hanu took the stone from the sock and said, no worries, I have a magic stone. Bring me a pot of water and heat it over a fire, and I will fix you a delicious soup for all of us. When the water in the pot began to boil, Hanu dropped the stone into the pot and stirred it with a spoon for a minute. He then dipped a cup into the pot and filled it with some of the steamy stew and tasted it. He said, this is good, but you know what? It would taste better with some vegetables. The people of the village went into their houses and brought out vegetables. Hannah put them into the pot, and that day the people of the village had the best meal they had eaten in weeks. Hannah told the people, I will leave you the stone so that you can make stone soup every day. After he departed the village, when he crossed a nearby riverbed, Hannah picked up a new stone, put it into the sock, and continued on his journey. Imagination, the art of seeing new things in old and new light. Patrick Edward Harlan, author and storyteller. So I'd like to offer, if get the information about my Venmo, I'd like to offer you to purchase this first edition direct from the author for $20. So anyway, just send me your information and the $20, and I'll send you a PDF copy of this story. Thank you.